What is going on, guys? Smooth Racing here, back with a brand new video. And today then we've got our F1 2014 team previews, and today then it is a Lotus. So then the Lotus Renault team, they enjoyed some good success last year. I think in the past 2 years have definitely taken a huge leap forward in the pace of their car and the driver calibre. They started off with in 2011, a bit of a dip with Petrov and Highfield, and the car wasn't great. And they came back with 2012 with Raikkonen and Grosjean. That was a great year. And then 2013 sort of builded off 2012. Apart from it was plagued by a lot of problems. There's been numerous high-profile exits of James Allington, Kimi Raikkonen, and Eric Boullier have all left the team in 2013. So it's a bit of a concern for Lotus, but they have brought in Pastor Maldonado, who is definitely a pay driver. It's obvious. Maldonado knows that, the team knows that. They even said that they wanted Hulkenberg, but sadly they couldn't get Hulkenberg because Hulkenberg didn't bring sufficient sponsorship, and they had to, Lotus, they didn't have a choice in this. They had to sign Maldonado as the Quantum Motorsport deal didn't go through. They didn't really have any other choice. But, I don't think it's as bad as some people are making it out to be. Maldonado's not a bad driver at all. He did win a race. I mean, we compare that to his teammate, Romain Grosjean. He hasn't won a race. Paul di Resta, Sergio Perez, Nico Hulkenberg. There's loads of drivers that haven't won a race, but Maldonado has, although he's definitely not the most consistent. He only managed to score 47 points. So if you take away his win, he's only actually scored 22 points from it over. He's not at all got many points finishes. I mean, he was outclassed in 2011. He had a great 2012, but he had a really good car for 2012, and I don't think he at all maximised the potential of that car. I think he got about 5 points for positions, 5 points races, while his teammate, in Preston, got about 10. But I think Maldonado, it's a big year for him. He's got to prove himself, because I don't think he's a bad driver at all. He has won a race. He's got 58 starts, so he knows how Formula 1 works now. He's been in Formula 1 actually longer than Romain Grosjean, so he's actually got a bit more experience. But both of these, of course, are crash prone and have a bit of a bad reputation for crashing. I think Grosjean's fine now, though. He's really matured, unless of course you're at Monaco. But I think Grosjean's really matured in 2013, and it will be really good for the 2014 season. Could we see him win? Possibly, but I think podiums will be a more likely position for the Lotus team to be in. But I don't think we'll be seeing that in the early stages of the season, because the reliability is so poor. They haven't even got a race distance done yet, and they cannot see them, either of the cars finishing in the top 10 in Australia, or finishing the race at all in Australia due to reliability. And it'd be really tough, I think, for the Lotus Renault team to actually get past these problems with the Renault engine, because they only did 8 days of testing compared to 12 that most of the other teams apart from Russia did. So I think Lotus are going to be really lagging behind. It won't really matter what their pace is at the start of the season if they can't finish the race. But in terms of pace, they have shown a few good laps, but of course we haven't really been able to see. You can never read too much testing times, and Lotus hadn't been able to produce a qualifying trim run like the likes of Mercedes and Williams have done. So bit of a question mark hanging over the Lotus team and how they're going to be performing over the season, both with pace and reliability. But I think Lotus's target for the season is to, I think, top 5. I can't really see them winning. Well, it's such an unpredictable season, but I don't think they'll be winning a race. But I think their target is just consistent podiums and definitely getting the top 5 in the Constructors. And I think Lotus just sort of surviving and getting a bit more sponsorship this year, and sort of maybe, putting in more of a charge next year will be an achievement for them. And of course, one of the main talking points of the Lotus car is their front nose. Will this be a success? Will it not? I'm sure we'll soon find out. And if it is, then I'm sure a lot of teams will be copying it. If not, I think they might have to be forced to change it. As for the drivers, I think Romain Grosjean will like to win his maiden Grand Prix, but I think podiums and points are a more realistic goal for him. And I think a really good objective for him would be a top 5, because he hasn't been that consistent in 2013, only in the second half. So I think not crashing at Monaco, getting some podiums, and consistently finishing in the points would be a good season for Romain Grosjean. And Maldonado, he wants to beat Grosjean, I think, and get a surprise win, and definitely get some more podiums. And yet again, I think Maldonado's not very consistent. I think he'll be lucky to get in the top 10 of the drivers. But yeah, we'll have to see though. You can leave your thoughts and opinions on Lotus, and don't hate Maldonado too much. He's not all bad, but yeah, you can leave how you think Lotus will fare in the 2014 season. But obviously for racing then, I'll see you next time as I preview Williams, Force India, Sauber, Toro Rosso, Caterham and Marussia. I've been racing, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.